Hey everyone, I'm actually going to do an unboxing and a review for you today. I don't normally do this mainly because I don't order stuff, but I recently ordered a watch from Watchismo, and so I thought I'd do a review. It's a very uncommon watch, so there aren't too many videos of this on YouTube that are actually reviewing it, so it's another reason I'm actually doing a review. The watch is actually made by Stark with Fossil, and the watch is called O-Ring. Color is dark green, and the fancy number thing is PH1109, in case you are interested. Not too many people are. So let's go ahead and open it up. One thing I failed to mention is I actually don't have a tripod, so I already tried filming with one hand, cutting and opening the box with the other, and it proved to be challenging, so I'm just going to figure out a way to put the camera up, probably on a bunch of books, and I'll do that right away. So I did have to change location simply because of the fact that there's just not enough room on my desk, and this does not want to open. Oh. There we go. And a bunch of padding, white box, and Hank gets the receipt. You don't need to see that though. So the white box, and unrevealing the white box is the very beautiful Stark O-Green watch. And as you can see, this is the case. The case is a lot like the watch with the big hole in it. And then as you can see, there's the watch, holding it upside down, right there. Alright, so let's just slide it out here. If it will come out. Ah, there we go. Alright, and so this is the watch. And this watch itself actually is going to cost you about $109. I think it does have free shipping, but I believe that's only in the States. I live in Canada, so I obviously did not get free shipping, but the shipping was about $20, so it's about a $130 watch for where I live. As you can see, it's got the band there. You can also get one with a metal band, and that'll cost you, I think it's $146. I can't quite remember, but I think this band actually suits it more appropriately, so I stuck with this one. So I finally did find the instructions, and I got this thing opened. It was right there, kind of hidden away. Problem with the instructions is they tell you everything on every watch they make, so you need to, you know, kind of figure out what watch you own, and then, or I guess where your watch is, and then read it accordingly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure it out how to fit it to my wrist, because that looks like a long and complicated, you know, taking it apart and putting it back together. And then I'll figure out how to change the time, and then I'll show you from there. Alright, so when resizing it or trying to get the proper size on your wrist, this is the instructions you're going to want to be using. Like I said, this one does have the instructions for every single watch that they have. So you're going to want to use the third one. This is the first one there. Right next to it is the one on how to change the time for another watch I did not get. Little plus sign. But this one you actually have to remove the little pin. I don't know if you can see it there. I think that took me, you know, about a good hour to do. What I used is I ended up using a nail and then my name tag from work to push it down a tiny bit more, and then I just used my pliers over here just to yank it out. I'm going to see if I can use this one to get the second one out on there, and then hopefully that doesn't take me an hour to do. To resize it, you actually literally just have to cut this off. I'm guessing that you're going to probably cut from the bottom and then just cut like right before each one, and then, you know, see if it fits. So you're going to be want to super careful, because it will not reattach if you cut it off, you know, and it's way too short and it doesn't fit on your arm anymore. So I want to be careful when doing that. Alright, so I got the other one on gladly. That only took me, you know, a minute or two instead of an entire hour. I literally just took the second one and just kind of hammered at the top of it in order to get the next one out. You're going to have to place it, like just place it on something else, so it's not like going through your table or whatever surface you're putting it on. I put it on my book, and I kind of got a little bit of a, well, you can't actually see it, but there is a dent, a little tiny dent in the book. But yeah, so I'll cut it now, and hopefully I don't mess that up. Alright, so after a very long and tedious time, I managed to cut 8 pieces, so 4 off each side, and that's about the right length for my arms. Just a quick tip on how to do this. There's little you can see the 3 holes there, and that will obviously snap into the 3 brackets there, so you don't want to cut halfway in between. You probably want to I cut right before the line there, so if you want like this second one here, you want to cut it right before the line, and then that little ledge there will help it stay on. Once again, when you're cutting, just double check you don't cut it too short. I think that would really suck. I don't know if you would, but for me it would. Scissors, I just use the exact same scissors I did to open the box. I mean, probably the sharper the better. You won't get the frayed edges as much, but you don't need the sharpest scissors in the world. When putting this back on, I don't know if there's a certain way it goes back on, if the start goes on the one side or not. It's in the manual. You can probably put it on the same way that it says in the manual. It doesn't actually technically tell you what to put it on, but just looking at the picture and then looking at the top and the bottom of the watch, you can probably guess which way to put it on. I guess you can always take it off and reattach if you want, but you know, trying to get those pieces out once again is probably a brutal thing, so do it right the first time and you won't ever have to take it off again. And I'll be back in a couple minutes after reassembling this, and I will actually give you a full review of what I think of the watch. So after a couple days of actually wearing the watch, I am going to review it. I did film a review beforehand, but you know, I've got a bunch to say now, so I'm just going to redo it all. Wearing it upside down, it is, like I said, it is a heavier watch, so I find it a lot lighter. You got a bit of marks on the side of the black right there. You can't see it, but they're there. And that was just from, you know, kind of rubbing along here. There are scratches along the back. It will scratch, you know, like any kind of metal will, but as long as it's not on that faceplate, I am pretty happy. Another thing, the background, or this green part, doesn't actually light up, so you will not be able to see it if it's in the dark. Also, the green doesn't look very nice if, you know, you're in this weird angle, so it's kind of, you need to be like looking directly at it with nice lighting in order to see the real green. I wish they would have had a backlight. That would have been very useful. I think that's one of the greatest downfalls, is no backlight. The watch itself is actually 3 meters water resistance ATM. I'm not sure what the ATM stands for. That's what it says in the instructions on the website. It says, you know, bathing with it's alright, but don't go swimming or diving with it. It even said don't go skydiving, which I found quite interesting. It also has a 2-year warranty, but again, it's a limited 2-year warranty, so the instructions further explains that. So overall, I do like it quite a bit. It's a very nice watch, very stylish watch. You know, everything's going to get scratched, so I'm not too worried about that. Biggest thing, like I said, is the backlit, it's not backlit, so it's super annoying when it's in dark places. But other than that, I've gotten a few compliments. It's a very original watch, you know. My friends have liked it, and so it's a great watch. You know, if you like this style, then go ahead and get it. I'm not saying it's a terrible watch, just not backlit. So, this is my review, and if you have any further comments, questions, complaints, concerns, whatever, post them below in the description, or in the comments, sorry. And I'll have a link to this watch and all the other ones in the description box, too. If you have anything else you'd like to say, or you have this watch and you'd like to post a comment on it or anything, let me know, or a video response, or whatever you'd like. See you later.